Hello, hi, and welcome to Meaningful Mondays with me, Rashmi Shetty, a space where I share my life lessons. And today's comes from a very unexpected place. I didn't know I'd get some deep life lessons while watching the audition of a reality dance show. Technically perfect, each dancer who came up was brilliant. In the midst of all these technical perfections came a dancer who was very different, from the way he looked with his matted hair to the humility in the body language with which he came up on stage. As soon as he came up on stage, he removed his hat, he went, kept it in front of the judges, and quietly went back to perform. The next 90 seconds was divine, to say the least. As an audience member, there was so much he said in that 90 seconds. He didn't seem to be dancing, he seemed to be floating. And once his performance was over, I had goosebumps and tears, so was not surprised when all three judges gave him a standing ovation. Two of them sat down in a while the third judge refused to sit down, saying, "How can I sit in front of a performer like this? He's amazing." Curious to know where he's from, and they asked him questions, he answered his name is Varun and he is from Haryana, now for the last 4 years in Delhi. And he said, what I just did was something called as busking. That's what I do on the streets of Delhi. The judge, who remained standing, immediately added details, and he said since he has students in Europe, he knows busking is when an artist, a performer, performs on the street, and people who are walking by, when they are touched, voluntarily drop a donation in the hat. And that's why the hat is a very important element of the connection between the performer and the passers-by. And the fact that two of the judges didn't even know this says that in India it's not a very popular art form. So, why did he move from Haryana to Delhi? Well, his parents equated this to begging and therefore could not connect with his dream of a livelihood in this, while his friends completely cut off connection, saying he's crazy. In the last 4 years, he's been spending time alone on the streets of Delhi, performing and earning his livelihood. He said, initially I needed the money and so would perform. But soon I started understanding how much I enjoyed it. And therefore, it's not how much I earn, but how much I enjoy. So for 4 hours, I keep performing on the streets of Delhi. And whatever I earn is my money. For me, he spoke at two levels. To the parent in me, he very directly said that your child may not be like the rest in the crowd. He may have risen above competition and comparison very early. So maybe his journey is completely different. Trust him, believe him, and stay by him. He will definitely surprise you and make you happy. Just be patient. And to the individual in me, he very strongly sent the message that if your heart says follow something and it becomes your passion, hold on to it. 4 years in a different place is lonely, can be lonely, and push him to do something else. But if he stay put, it's because there's something else deeper. So if you have that deep connect, stop comparison, stop competition, rise above both and find yourself. And the moment you do that, it may take time, but it's worth the time. Have you met someone like this who gave you such powerful lessons? Or have you been the inspiration to many other people? I'd love to know. Have a meaningful, purposeful week ahead. Stay safe, stay blessed.